Hello, hello. Welcome to my corner of the world and to February the 25th. It's 2 months since Christmas and the last Sunday in February. Absolutely unbelievable. Anyway, as always, I'm coming to you from a very, very sunny North Texas today. It's absolutely beautiful outside. They're forecasting it's going to be about 80 degrees Fahrenheit today, which even though we've lived here for over 20 years, it still is a bit of a shock to the system when I realise that it's February and we are in the high 70s or low 80s. Anyway, right, so the sunny day outside and the fact that I have got daffodils and snowdrops flowering in my garden made me think of spring and spring flowers, and so I pulled out this die set. So let's see, what's this die set called? It's called Paper Florist Dies, and it has got lots of dies to create beautiful flowers. There isn't a coordinating stamp set. This is kind of a standalone set of dies. And you can see that it will cut out like four a time of these blossoms, 4 of this sort of 4-petaled one, this one here, it will cut 3. So it's really easy to build up some flowers to create a project. And then this is excuse me, another standalone die set. This one is called Mini Alphabet Dies, and I have not used this one. It's an online exclusive, which basically means it's not in a catalogue, but if you look on the Stampin' Up site, that you will see them, and it cuts out. You can see it's still stuck well. There we go. It cuts out a whole sort of host of letters at a time, and what I really like about it is like it's got 2 E's, 2 A's, 2 I's, 2 O's, 2 S's, 2 R's, 2 T's, look by the look of it, so that, you know, you're not having to hunt and peck around cutting 1s and 2s out at a time. So those are what I thought I would use today. Now, if you are joining me, perhaps you just go ahead and let me know in that right-hand column on your screen that's live chat. I'd love to know that you're out there. Just so you know that if you write in the live chat, I will be able to see the comments as we go. But if you write in the comments below, I will not be able to see those until I've finished my live. It's just the way that YouTube is set up. Right, so those were my starting points. Well, then I was rifling through looking for something the other day, and I came across these little chalkboard things. Look, aren't they cute? So I think I got them from Target. But I got them some while ago, so I don't know if they still sell them. And I thought, I have not done a home decor piece on a live before, leastways I can't remember. So I am going to do a home decor piece, and we're going to use this little piece here to create that. See, they already come with little hangy bits, the twine and all sorts. I think I'm going to just pull that little bit tighter because I don't want it to come through. So that's what we're going to do. So it's spring. So I got some spring colours out of my stash. And the obvious one, of course, is Daffodil Delight. Then I got Lemon Lolly, Bubble Bath, Granny Apple Green, Soft Sea Foam, Calypso Coral. Let's see what else I've got. I think that is Crushed Curry and Highland Heather. And then there's Bubble Bath again. So you can probably see that I have already started to cut out a few bits and pieces, because I didn't want to spend all of my time simply cutting stuff out. I also pulled out these. These are paper butterfly accents. You can see I've not even used, oh, maybe I have. Oh, I don't think I've used any. I think I just opened them up to see what we had. So we've got some butterflies that would work. I've also got some of the brushed brass ones. I think they might work. And then some brushed dragonflies, or some goldy dragonflies and some little goldy birds. So I'm thinking that they might make really good embellishments. And then I pulled these out. Now these were in the Christmas catalogue, or sorry, the holiday catalogue that finished at the end of December. The faceted gems, but they're still available, and I thought they might make nice sparkles to my flowers. And then these are tinsel gems, and they've got this is oh dear, oh, my mind's gone blank, fresh freesia, and I think that's a pale blue. What would that be? Balmy blue maybe. So that's what we've got to work with. Okay, right, so let's make a little start. So as I explained, I did go ahead and do a little bit of cutting so that I could sort of show you how they go together. So I've got these lovely colours, sort of spring-like colours, and I just cut out things randomly. I cut some leaves, a few leaves, and we'll see what we can do with those. And these are lovely. So this is like a little three-pronged piece, and you can use them like that. But there's also a little die. Let me show you which one it is. This little die here cuts out 3 little blossoms. They remind me a little bit of tulips, but maybe not. So I cut out some, and I just show you how I put them together. As always, others might do things slightly differently, but you know, we all work differently, and we all come up with the same beautiful piece at the end. Right, so I just put a tiny little blob of adhesive on the back of the green bit, and then I'm just going to attach the little blossom like that. So let me work on something though, so you can see what I'm doing. So I'm just going to work on this little silicone mat, and then I won't get glue over everything else. So there we have. Got a bit of extra glue on there. I was perhaps a weeny bit too generous with my small blob. It wasn't small enough. So can you see how pretty that is? Really lovely little spray that will fill a lot of space. So let's see what else we've got. Now I want to give these flowers some what I call life, which means because it's going to be a home decor piece, it's not actually going to be trying to be folded into a an envelope. So I've got my bone folder, so I'm just going to put some little bit of there, and this is my take your pick tool, and it's got a little ball tool, and I found that if you sort of go in a circular motion, you can actually make it into cup. Give it a little cup shape, which gives it a bit of more life. So those are my ideas. Now then, I wonder, should we pop, maybe I should do like this. It looks like I got a piece taken out of that one. That wasn't very smart, was it? Didn't line it up properly. Right, and so what else have we got here? Okay, I've got this one here, which would make a nice center. So let's go ahead and I'll show you how I make my flower. Right, so we're going to go with some adhesive, and I'm going to offset this piece like that, just to make it look a bit fuller. And then I'm going to just use my tool here to cut that. And a little bit of adhesive on the back, and that will give me there. And how about one of these lovely big sparkly gems in the middle. So there I have my first flower. So that's a start. So, well, actually I've got two now, haven't I? And how about if I can find one, because it has just occurred to me, maybe I could add a little wink of Stella onto that. Because you know me, I'm all about sparkle. Do love my sparkle. So now I've got like two flowers. I'm not sure where they'll end up. I've got some leaves. I pre-cut a few leaves to see where I could go with them. And I tell you what I could do. I'm having lots of thoughts, but they're not necessarily in the right order. Give these a little bit of actual definition. Just add a little ink onto the edge of my flowers. So that is quite interesting. And so that was crushed curry. I put crushed curry ink there, and I've got Granny Apple Green here. Let's see if I've got a bit of sponge that I want to use. Okay, so I've got my little leaves. So I've chosen this Granny Apple Green because it's a nice bright spring sort of green. So there's that. And just do the tips of these just to give them a little bit more, I call it life. I say just make it look a little bit more lifelike, a bit of more interest. So there we've got there. Let's try, so we've got some daisy looking ones here. So let's see what else we can put together. Right, so there's this one, and I might just try tipping a bit of yellow on those, since I've just got like the yellow out. because that just, again, gives it a little bit more interest. I love thinking about texture when I'm making my cards. Many years ago, I used to do sugar craft. I used to make flowers out of sugar paste, and I always loved the finished article. All right, just kind of offset that a little bit, and I've got a pre-cut little piece like that. Maybe, do you think, shall I do that one? Not quite sure what it's supposed to be. Or shall I do that one? Okay, let's just do that. Like that. So there I've got another flower. And I know I cut another one of these out. I want to use this one. And I cut out some of these with lemon lolly. So I'll try and put a little less, although look, I got myself in a bit of a mess there. A little less adhesive on this one. And we'll get this one started. So despite my being careful, let's go ahead and get some Winker Stella on there as well. Ha ha ha. Love it. Love it, love it. Okay, so we've been going, I suppose, about 10 minutes, and I've got 4 flowers and 2 sets of leaves. So I'll get some, I've got another leaf that I've cut. So I'll do that, give that some variation. Okay, so there's some more leaves. And let's see, I've got these. I haven't used these ones just yet. Let's mix and match. I don't see why we have to use like with like. I mean, that would look quite nice together, wouldn't it? So let's give that a little bit of attention here. And I'm not gonna worry about the fact that this one actually has got a bit missing, because it looks a bit more natural. Well, that's my argument anyway. Okay, we could put that in the middle, so let's go ahead. So really, I am literally just, you know, pulling together all the little flowers. I don't want them to be botanically correct. That is not my idea at all. I'm going to go for another one of these lovely big sparkly ones. Oh, see, that looks quite interesting, doesn't it? So let's see. So I've got these. So let's see if we can. like this. Maybe we could make this look a bit like the calyx that goes on the back. What else have I got? I haven't used anything in that lovely pink, but I haven't actually cut anything out other than middles. So let's see if I can think to cut something out. Now in a minute I will come back and put a little bit of ink on that one. Okay, let's move out and I want to cut something with that lovely pinky colour. Let's see, let's do this. So this fits perfectly into the mini. I'm just going to pop like that and put my top plate on. And see what we get. So it's that easy, and it's a great way of using up some scraps. Now then, let's see what else I have that we could use. Now, I've got my piece here, so I don't want to go overboard on making these. So I just want to see how much I need. This one needs to be blobbed in the middle. This one needs to have a bit of curling done on it there. So that could always sort of go like that. That needs a middle piece, I'm sure. Let's go and do a little bit of with this one. I love doing home decor pieces. If you check out my my blog, you'll see that I do them, not as frequently as I would like, but I do them. Okay, so that could go there, and we could have a little leaf coming down, popping out. Maybe you could move over a little bit. Let's see, we've got that flower. I'm not so sure I'm liking that, but we'll see what else we can create. Okay. Anybody out there that like to just say hello or make a little comment for me? I suppose I could have cut something in white. That would make it like give the idea of a bit of a snowdrop, wouldn't it? There we are. So I've got another little leaf there. We'll do something with, tell you what, we'll just tip these with a tiny bit of green, because if you look at snowdrops, they actually are white and have tiny little green tips on them. Okay, I'm going to go in for the kill as well and have some wrinkled Stella on that and give that a little bit more presence, a bit more oomph. All right, that's going to need a middle to it, and I just think that I would like to do one more yellow flower. So let's tip these and see what we get. And what else have I got in my little pot? That might be interesting. Let's tip those with a little ink, see what that gives us. That might give us an interesting give this one a little bit of a smoosh in the middle to give us a cup. We can pop that in the middle. And maybe this time I'll put in one of these. So these are the gems, and it's got like I've chosen the pinky one. Oh, come on. And it's quite a subtle pink, look. So this doesn't overwhelm. Right, I think I've got enough flowers. So you may be wondering what I am going to do with those alphabet dies, and I'm going to tell you. Just going to cover up my inks so I don't have a catastrophe. Now, I'm going to use this piece of yellow card, and let's use it that way. So I'm going to trim off so it will go through my mini. And oftentimes when I'm doing a live, I say to you, oh, I could have used adhesive sheet for that. But I didn't think before I actually cut out the piece. This time I thought about it. And so adhesive sheet comes in 12 by 6. I think there's 12 sheets in there. Yeah, so you get a lot in there. And it's a very, very, very thin sheet of adhesive. And so I'm going to just cut it about the size of my piece of card, like that. And then this is my tip for using this stuff, because if you're not careful, if you take the backing off of all of it, you'll find that like it's static and it just flops down onto your card wherever. Now this has got some cuts in it to make it easy. So I just take off a piece of the backing, get it all lined up and smoothed down, and then I gently take the backing off of the other pieces. I just find that works best for me, and I'm not left with my sticky all over me, all over my work surface. and also it's nice and smooth. And then we're going to cut it, and we're going to make sure that we cut it with the adhesive side, the sticky side, down. Otherwise the letters will come out backwards. So I'm going to just pop that on like that. Pop another plate on the top. Get everything lined up. She says, come on, everybody, do as you're told. There we go. And I'm going to crank it really slow because I want to make sure that I give the blades on the die sufficient time to cut with the pressure of my rollers. There we go. Now we're going to see how we've done. Ooh, lovely. Can you see? I think that's all beautifully cut. Now sometimes cutting through the adhesive backing can be a little bit you know, it doesn't always come through, but as long as it's through all the card, which it is, look, we can pop these all out like this. Oh yes, they come out brilliantly. Look at that. Ooh, super duper. Now I've got a lot of letters now that I probably am not going to use today, but I can always put them in my little box of scraps and use them on something else. And just recently I've fallen in love with artists' trading cards, and all my little bits of scrap that I've got things like flowers I've made that I that I didn't use or I didn't like in a particular design. I stick in a little box, and I've been using them up. And I've been doing a little series of videos, and they're sort of 5 or 6 minutes each. They're really small, on my trading card exploits, and I've really enjoyed it. Right, so I thought spring. So I thought, okay, can I get spring on here with all my letters, and get my flowers there as well. So we have S, there's an R, I think that's an I, spring. Have we got an N? There's the N. Where's the P? Oh, there's a G. Gosh, we're firing on all cylinders now. We just need a P. Oh, I didn't quite mean it that way, sorry. Okay, there it is. So I'm just going to knock out that little middle piece. So I could get spring. Let's see if we could get spring in there. Let's clear a bit here. So if I can roughly get spring, and then maybe we could get the flowers. I think I've got enough room to put spring. My other idea was to put home. That was the other thing, but I think that spring is the way. I think I quite like that idea. Now we've got a lot of yellow, so let's put you up there and you down there. Maybe you can go up there. Maybe that can all... No, I'm not so sure I'm liking this one. I'm going to put it to one side, just in case. I don't think I like it sufficiently for it to be on my design. Okay, so I've got another of these little ones here. Oh, and I've got a couple of leaves that I haven't used. And I've still got this flower. Oh, no, I don't even want to use this one anymore. Okay, I've still got this leaf. So I'm thinking I have got enough space to put spring down. Right, now then, I need some tweezers and I haven't got any handy. So let's start. I had to sit down for this so I can see what I'm doing without getting my head in shot. So we're going to start. I'm going to start from the end with my G so that I don't run out of space. So there's my G, and you can see how well that tape, that sticky sheet is working on the back here. There we go. So which way is the right way up? I'm not sure now. And here we have, so I can see that there's a few of you out there. Maybe you'll just go ahead and say hi in that chat box on the right hand side. Let me know that you're joining me. Also let me know if you're enjoying this idea, and any suggestions that you have. I would love to hear them. Oh, R next. Otherwise it'll be ping. Yeah, no, that's SP. Yeah, spring. Yeah, I don't want to spell it wrong. I don't know if you watched a little while ago. I did a live and I made a card, and I actually stuck one of the pieces of paper upside down, and it was one of my viewers said, "You stuck it upside down." Okay, so let's just get this bit done. Oh, now this is not coming off as, it's got it stuck back down again on itself, that's why. There we are. So now I've got my spring. Let's clear some of this away, and I'll just put them, I'll show you my box of goodies. Look, that's my box of goodies that I have, that I put all my little bits in that I didn't use, or made but didn't use, and maybe those two will go in there as well. I'm not so sure I'm going to use those, but I might. Right, so there's my letters. Now I've got my hot glue gun, and I've just touched it and it's hot. So it right, so I'm only going to put my big flowers down with my hot glue gun, just to make sure that they stay like that. that one's firm, and then I'm going to put this one there. Then I can add these with some liquid, because these are really light, but those ones that have got like those big pieces on. And let's do this one. Now the trouble when you use the hot glue gun is you get these little whiskers. Well, I'm going to share with you in a minute how I get rid of those whiskers. But I'm just going to use, again, this is a fairly light one, so I'm going to use just some liquid adhesive for that one. You just have to let that set for a few moments. Okay, so maybe we should have that and there, and then we could do that there. We could have a leaf coming from here, and I can pop you down in that gap there. Maybe I need to move you over a little bit so it's not so gappy. Okay, so I'm going to use my glue gun here on this one, because again this is a bit weightier, and then we're going to pop that behind in there. So that's all stuck down. So what should we do? Should we pop this like that and that like that? And then I can pop that maybe in there. All right, so last big flower down. And my pretty sparkly bit came off. We'll have to put another one on there. So we'll pop you in there. Use that to just smooth that down. So this one is going to sort of come here. So I'm going to put a little bit of extra adhesive on some of these leaves. And then this one I'm going to pop in there. I think everything's stuck down now. Yep, everything is stuck down. I'm going to put my glue gun out the way so I don't burn myself with it. And now we're going to go crazy with some embellishments. Actually, I didn't use these, did I? Shall I use, I think that butterfly, is that butterfly going to be a bit big? Let's see. Right. I don't think that butterfly is going to be too big. I am just going to give him a little tip of colour. I think I might have to use a little glue dot for that one, because there's not much to put the glue onto. So we could pop him like that. How about a little dragonfly? Oh, it didn't come out because we've got a few spaces here. Looks like they're all the same size. We could put a dragonfly in that gap, and we could maybe put a little dragonfly on the eye, and maybe we'll put another one. Where can we put another one? Maybe we put that up there because we've got a little bit of space up there. I don't think I'm going to put the butterflies on because we've got a nice big beautiful butterfly there. I think the last thing that I want to do is just add a couple of I didn't actually end up using any of that pink, did I? Well, I'm blessed. Let's see. Put a little one of these on my butterfly, a tiny blue one, just to cover that where I got that glue dot, to give him some sparkle. And I've got this one here, and I'm thinking I'll just go ahead. Oh, I don't know now. What can I put? I know. Look, let's just use a regular old rhinestone. There's a nice big one there. There. And so I promised I would share my little tip for getting rid of the whiskers. I can't see any on there now. Oh yeah, there's one there, look. So I just get my heat tool, and I just put it on the lowest setting. And then that will melt those little hairs. They should sort of start to shrink up. There they go. And you're not troubled with them anymore. Okay. Well, I do hope you enjoyed my little piece of home decor, spring themed, inspired by what's going on in my garden at the moment. I think that would look quite pretty hanging up. If you have enjoyed my live today, perhaps you'll go ahead, give me a thumbs up. If you don't already subscribe, perhaps you'll do that and share my videos. I won't be here for the next few weeks. My husband and I are going to be traveling, but I will be back in due course to share some more ideas that we can work through together. Well, thank you for choosing to spend some time with me. I hope you have a lovely day for the rest of your day, and I will look forward to seeing you again in the not too distant future. Bye bye for now.